The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. Summary by Joseph Murphy. What if I told you that the key to everything you want, health, wealth, love, peace, success, is already inside you? That the answers you've been searching for in books, gurus, or external validation are already living quietly within your own mind? It might sound far-fetched, but what if it were true? Let me take you back to a moment we've all experienced. You're working hard, doing everything right by society's standards, but things just don't change. You're still broke, still stressed, and still stuck. That feeling of being on a hamster wheel, chasing success but never catching it? I was there, frustrated, burned out, and convinced life just wasn't on my side. Then I came across something that didn't promise magic, but made a promise that felt even more powerful. Change your mind, and you'll change your world. And that's what this book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy, delivers. A way to stop being at war with yourself. A way to stop waiting for life to change, and instead, start creating it. Most people never discover the greatest power they have, their subconscious. It's not just some abstract idea, it's the invisible engine running 95% of your life. It dictates your decisions, your fears, your confidence, your relationships, even your health. And if you don't learn to program it on purpose, it gets programmed by accident, by childhood, by trauma, by society. What Murphy's book reveals is that you are the programmer. But who was Joseph Murphy? And why does a book written in 1963 still sell millions of copies today? Murphy was a minister, a scholar of Eastern and Western spirituality, and a student of psychology. But above all, he was a teacher of how to tap into the infinite power within us. His approach was revolutionary for its time, blending spiritual principles with psychological insights and explaining them in ways anyone could apply. His core idea is stunning in its simplicity. The subconscious mind is like fertile soil. Whatever thoughts or beliefs you plant in it, positive or negative, it will nourish, grow, and bring to life. Think lack, and you'll attract lack. Believe in love, and love flows in. Doubt yourself, and your subconscious will deliver failure. But feed it new beliefs, consciously, repeatedly, and with emotion, and you can reshape your destiny. Murphy doesn't just preach positivity. He shows how the power of faith, repetition, visualization, and gratitude can literally rewire your brain and shift your life in every area. He brings science and spirituality together. He grounds ancient truths in real-world stories. And more than anything, he empowers you to stop being a victim of your circumstances and become a creator of your reality. So, what will you get from this video? This isn't just a book summary. It's a full transformation blueprint. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to break through limiting beliefs and internal blocks, use affirmations and visualization in a way that actually works, align your thoughts with your goals so the universe has no choice but to respond, develop a new relationship with fear, success, and self-worth, tap into peace, abundance, and healing that doesn't depend on external conditions. Because this isn't magic, it's the science of the mind. And it works if you work it. The truth is, you're already using your subconscious mind every single day. The only question is, are you using it to create the life you want or the one you fear? Stay with me through this journey. Toward the end of this video, I'll also share a free guided affirmation practice based on Murphy's teachings, designed to help you start planting new seeds of belief immediately. Seeds that will grow into a life you can't even imagine yet. So, if you're tired of wishing, waiting, and worrying, and you're ready to finally unlock the silent power within you, this is your invitation. Let's step inside the power of your subconscious mind. The door is already open. Part 1. The Two Minds. Inside each of us, there are two powerful minds at work, but most people only know one. The conscious mind is what you're using right now to process these words. It's your logical, thinking, analytical self. It's the voice in your head that says, I want to start a business, I should eat healthier, or I need to wake up early tomorrow. It makes plans, it sets goals, it weighs pros and cons. It's deliberate, but limited, handling only a small fraction of your thoughts and behaviors each day. Then there's the subconscious mind, the hidden giant beneath the surface. Unlike your conscious mind, it doesn't reason or judge, it simply responds. It's emotional, it's habitual. It stores every belief you've ever accepted, every fear, every trauma, and every piece of self-image you've absorbed, especially during childhood. It's also the engine behind your automatic behaviors. How you drive without thinking, how your heart keeps beating, how your hand pulls back instinctively from a hot stove. It doesn't think about survival. It is survival. Think of it this way. Your conscious mind is the captain of a ship, and your subconscious mind is the vast engine room below deck. The captain can shout commands all day, but if the crew beneath interprets danger where there is none, or doesn't trust the captain's directions, those commands won't take the ship anywhere meaningful. Your subconscious is that crew. And the truth is, it's been running the ship for most of your life. It obeys the instructions it's been given, especially those planted early, often unconsciously. Here's the kicker. Your subconscious mind can't tell the difference between what's real and what's imagined. It can't tell a joke from a command. It doesn't argue. It doesn't say, wait, that belief is ridiculous. If it hears, I'm not good enough, money is evil, or I always mess things up. Often enough, it simply accepts those thoughts as fact, and then it orchestrates your reality to match. Not because it wants to sabotage you, but because it thinks that's what you want. It's following orders. This is why childhood is so critical. From birth to about age 7, your brain operates primarily in a theta state, a deeply impressionable, hypnotic state where you absorb everything around you without filters. Every look from a parent, every tone of voice, every reward or punishment. Your subconscious is recording it all. If you grew up around stress, shame, or scarcity, those patterns likely became your internal operating system. And unless you reprogram those beliefs, you'll keep reliving them. Not because you're cursed, but because your subconscious is loyal to the scripts it was given. Let's bring this home with a question. What thoughts are you feeding your subconscious daily? What do you repeatedly say to yourself about your abilities, your body, your worth, your future? Every affirmation, every doubt, every casual comment. Those are all seeds. The subconscious doesn't ask, is this seed good or bad? It just plants them, waters them with emotion, and watches them grow. And then your life blooms accordingly. The good news? You can change the seeds. The captain can learn to command more clearly. You can begin speaking to your subconscious with love, with clarity, and with intention. That's the real work this book unlocks. You stop living by default, and you start living by design. Because when both minds, the conscious and subconscious, begin working together toward the same goal, something incredible happens. Resistance disappears, and progress becomes natural. In the chapters ahead, you'll learn how to speak the language of your subconscious. You'll see how to reprogram deep beliefs, dissolve mental blocks, and replace fear-based patterns with empowering truths. But for now, pause. Reflect. What has your subconscious been taught to believe about you? And are you ready to teach it something new? Part 2. The Principle of Belief. You do not believe in what you see. You see what you believe. With this sentence, Joseph Murphy captures one of the most powerful truths about the human mind. The reality we live in, our habits, our experiences, our limitations, is not merely a reflection of the outside world. It's a mirror of our inner beliefs. And that mirror doesn't just reflect, it creates. Belief is the filter through which we interpret every moment of our lives. Two people can face the exact same challenge, losing a job, a sudden illness, a heartbreak, and walk away with completely different outcomes. Why? Because their beliefs shape how they respond. One might spiral into despair, thinking, "I'm a failure. Nothing ever works out." The other might see it as a turning point, thinking, "And this is a chance to reinvent myself." Belief decides which story gets written. Murphy tells story after story to illustrate this. One woman, bedridden with a chronic illness that doctors had all but given up on, began repeating a single affirmation daily. "Every cell of my body is filled with health and vitality." At first, it was just words, but with repetition, emotion, and trust, the words took root in her subconscious. And slowly, her body responded. Not because of magic, but because of belief. The body, when instructed with faith and clarity, listens. Another man faced complete financial ruin. He was jobless, drowning in debt, and had no one to turn to. But instead of reinforcing the narrative of lack, he turned to his subconscious with focused intention. He began each morning and ended each night with the affirmation, "Wealth flows to me in avalanches of abundance." He visualized opportunities, acted with faith, and held the image of success in his mind like a burning torch. Within months, a new business opportunity appeared, seemingly out of nowhere. But it wasn't nowhere. It was from within. If these stories sound impossible, consider this. The placebo effect is one of the most documented and astonishing proofs of belief's power. Time and time again, people are given sugar pills or fake treatments and told they will heal, and their bodies actually heal. Why? Because their minds believe they are healing. Their subconscious receives the message, "I am getting better," and commands the body to follow suit. It's not the pill, it's the belief that works. That's how affirmations function. Not as wishful thinking, but as tools to rewire the deep grooves of belief carved over years. The subconscious accepts what it hears repeatedly, especially when spoken with emotion. When you say, "I am confident," "I am worthy," or "I attract abundance," you may not believe it at first, but if you persist, day by day, moment by moment, the soil of your subconscious starts to shift. Old weeds of doubt are uprooted, and new seeds begin to sprout. Murphy emphasizes that this isn't about blindly pretending. It's about retraining the mind. If your belief system has been built on fear, scarcity, or shame, it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility to change it. And you can. Here's a simple but powerful exercise. 1. Identify one limiting belief you carry. Maybe it's, "I'll never be successful," or "I'm not attractive," or "I'm always unlucky." 2. Write it down, look at it. Acknowledge how long you've carried it and how much it's cost you. 3. Now, flip it. Create a new belief that reflects your truth and your potential. For example, "I am worthy of success," or "I radiate confidence," or "Good things happen to me every day." 4. Repeat it daily. Say it aloud. Write it down. Visualize it. Feel it. Let it take root. Belief, Murphy teaches us, is not passive. It is a force. It builds or destroys. And once you become the conscious architect of your beliefs, your entire world begins to reshape itself around them. So ask yourself, what do I believe about myself? About love, health, success, money? Are those beliefs helping me or hurting me? Because the truth is, your beliefs are not just thoughts. They are blueprints. And you are the builder. Part 3. Healing Power of the Subconscious. Your body is always listening. It may seem hard to believe, but every cell in your body hears the thoughts you think, the emotions you hold, and the inner dialogue you repeat daily. According to Dr. Joseph Murphy in The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, this is not just poetic metaphor. It's the hidden mechanism behind miraculous healing, long-term wellness, and even chronic illness. Your mind doesn't just influence your health, it directs it. At the heart of Murphy's teaching is this: the body responds to the mind. What you deeply believe, feel, and expect is mirrored in your physical health. This isn't wishful thinking or New Age mysticism. It's a principle backed by centuries of observation, ancient wisdom traditions, and modern psychological insight. The subconscious mind operates every function of the body: heartbeat, digestion, cell repair, without conscious effort. But it also responds to mental input. Feed it fear, and the body tightens. Feed it peace, and the body relaxes, heals, and thrives. Murphy shares dozens of true stories that show the healing power of the subconscious. In one, a woman suffered from chronic, debilitating arthritis. No treatment worked. Then she discovered the concept of autosuggestion, the practice of giving specific, intentional commands to her subconscious mind. Each day, she repeated affirmations like, "My joints move freely and smoothly. I am strong and pain-free." She visualized herself walking with ease, laughing, moving effortlessly. Slowly but surely, her body began to change. Within weeks, her pain diminished. Within months, it disappeared entirely. Another case involved a man who struggled with severe insomnia for years. Medication, therapy, and all conventional methods had failed. He began using a simple affirmation every night. "I fall asleep easily and wake up refreshed." He would say it calmly, repeatedly, letting it drift into his mind like a lullaby. Soon, his sleep returned naturally. No pills, no struggle. Just belief and repetition. These are not isolated miracles. They're examples of how powerful the subconscious can be when given the right instructions. Your thoughts are not harmless. They either nourish your health or undermine it. Think of the subconscious mind as a highly obedient servant. It follows your dominant thoughts, especially the ones laced with emotion. Murphy even references well-known case studies. In one, a group of patients with various health conditions were given placebo pills. No active ingredients, just sugar tablets. But were told the pills would cure them. Remarkably, many experienced real relief. Their bodies responded not to the pill, but to their belief in the pill. This is the placebo effect, and it's proof of the subconscious in action. The mind believed healing was happening, and so the body obeyed. But healing through the subconscious doesn't require clinical trials or elaborate rituals. Murphy offers a simple, powerful practice anyone can do at home: healing visualization. Here's how it works. 1. Sit quietly in a peaceful space. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. 2. Begin to visualize your body as whole, strong, and radiant with health. See the areas of illness or tension being filled with light, harmony, and energy. 3. Speak to your body with kindness. Say internally, "Every cell in my body is healthy and functions perfectly. I am grateful for my healing." 4. Feel the emotion of already being healed. Not hoping, knowing. Let that feeling settle deep within you. Do this for 5 to 10 minutes daily, ideally in the morning and before sleep. What matters most in this practice is consistency and emotion. You must believe the new image you are giving your subconscious. At first, it may feel awkward or fake, especially if you're in pain or dealing with fear. But over time, the subconscious begins to accept this new image as truth. And once it does, the body follows. Murphy puts it simply, the subconscious mind does not argue with you. It accepts what your conscious mind believes to be true. So, if you constantly repeat, I'm sick, nothing ever works, or I'll never get better, your body takes that as instruction. But if you feed it healing, peace, and belief in recovery, the body aligns accordingly. Let's return to the core message. Every cell in your body listens to your inner dialogue. What are you telling it? Are you telling your body it's broken? Or are you telling it, thank you for healing. Thank you for supporting me. I believe in you. The truth is, your body wants to heal. It's programmed for it. Cuts close, bones mend, and viruses are fought off daily. But when the mind is filled with stress, resentment, fear, or helplessness, it blocks that natural flow. When the mind is aligned with peace, trust, and loving intention, healing flows freely. So begin today, not with force, but with faith. Choose a simple affirmation. I am whole. I am healing. I am grateful. Repeat it every day. Visualize, feel it, believe it. Let your subconscious work its quiet magic. Because deep within you, beneath the pain, the doubt, and the noise, there's a power that can restore everything. Part 4. Subconscious and Wealth. Wealth isn't just earned, it's believed into being. That may sound strange at first, especially if you've spent your life chasing money, budgeting every cent, or stressing about bills. But as Joseph Murphy teaches in The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, financial success doesn't begin in your wallet. It begins in your mind. More specifically, in your subconscious. Murphy writes, the feeling of wealth produces wealth. That's not to say you should pretend to be rich or ignore your financial reality. It means that if your dominant inner state is one of lack, fear, guilt, or unworthiness, then that's exactly what your subconscious will continue to create in your life. But when you align your inner world with abundance, through belief, feeling, and mental rehearsal, your subconscious begins to attract opportunities, ideas, and conditions that match that energy. This is why two people with the same job, same education, and same background can have wildly different financial lives. One believes wealth is natural, good, and available. The other believes it's selfish, out of reach, or reserved for other people. The difference isn't in the bank, it's in the belief system. One of the greatest hidden blocks to wealth is guilt. Many of us were raised to believe that money is evil, that wanting more is selfish, or that good people should be content with little. These ideas burrow into the subconscious and create conflict. You want wealth, but deep down you feel undeserving or afraid of what it might turn you into. That conflict keeps abundance at bay. Then there's fear. Fear of failing, fear of responsibility, fear of change. And perhaps, most damaging of all, is unworthiness. If you believe you're not smart enough, connected enough, or capable enough, your subconscious will sabotage every opportunity to prove itself right. Remember, it's not logic that drives your reality, it's emotion and repetition. So, how do we change it? First, change your language. Replace the phrase, I can't afford it, with the question, how can I afford it? The first is a dead end. The second is a door. It signals to your subconscious that solutions are welcome, that you're open to creativity, not lack. Then, begin planting new beliefs through affirmations. Not robotic phrases, but emotionally charged, vivid statements you repeat until your subconscious accepts them. Examples include, money flows to me freely and abundantly. I am worthy of wealth and success. I use money wisely and lovingly, and more always comes to me. I am a magnet for prosperous ideas and opportunities. Say these with feeling. Whisper them as you wake up and before bed. Write them down. Let them replace the old scripts of scarcity that once ruled your mind. Murphy also recommends a powerful technique: abundance scripting and mental rehearsal. Here's how to do it. 1. Every morning or evening, take out a journal and write as if your ideal financial life is already happening. Start with, I am so grateful now that, and describe your life in vivid detail. How much you're earning, how you feel, what your work is like, what freedom looks like. Example: I'm so grateful now that I easily earn $10,000 a month doing what I love. I feel at peace, abundant, and generous. Money comes to me through expected and unexpected ways. 2. As you write, feel the emotion. That feeling is the language of the subconscious. 3. After writing, close your eyes and visualize it happening. See your bank account balance, your joyful expression, and your environment. Let it be real in your mind, even if your outer world hasn't changed yet. This practice works because the subconscious can't tell the difference between real and vividly imagined experience. If repeated consistently, it accepts this new story as truth, and your behavior, decisions, and even the people you attract will begin to align with it. But remember, abundance isn't just about dollars. It's a mindset of enoughness, a feeling of expansion rather than contraction, a belief that life supports you. When you truly feel abundant, right now, even with what little you have, you become a magnet for more. Joseph Murphy tells the story of a man who always struggled financially. Every month he barely got by. One day, after reading Murphy's work, he started writing down and repeating, "Wealth is mine. I am guided to profitable ideas. I am richly provided for." He also began visualizing unexpected income, smiling as if it had already happened. Within weeks, a friend offered him a freelance contract that paid more than his job. Then he was invited to invest in a small venture, something he never would have considered before. Over time, his income multiplied, but more importantly, his mindset transformed. He no longer feared lack. He trusted in provision. Murphy would say, "This is not a miracle. It's the natural result of aligning the conscious mind, your thoughts and intentions, with the subconscious, your beliefs and emotional state." So ask yourself today, do I truly believe I deserve wealth? Do I feel safe with money? Do I expect abundance or lack? If the answers reveal limiting beliefs, don't panic. Just begin reprogramming, patiently and persistently. The subconscious is like a field. It will grow whatever you plant in it, with time and repetition. Wealth is not out there. It starts in here. Feed your subconscious a new financial blueprint, one based on trust, abundance, and worthiness. Then watch as your outer life starts to reflect your inner shift. Because when your subconscious mind believes you are wealthy, the world finds a way to prove you right. Part 5. Love, Relationships, and the Subconscious. Love, perhaps more than any other force, has the power to elevate or devastate us. Yet when we talk about love, whether romantic, familial, or platonic, we often focus on external conditions: who they are, what they said, what we lack. But the teachings of Joseph Murphy in The Power of Your Subconscious Mind suggest a deeper, more confronting truth. We don't attract what we want, we attract what we are. In other words, the love we experience in our lives is a mirror of the beliefs and emotions we hold deep within our subconscious. This insight alone has the potential to radically transform how we approach connection, healing, and intimacy. Imagine someone who consciously desires a loving, stable relationship. They daydream about it, crave it, perhaps even pray for it. But inside, beneath the surface, they hold a buried belief that they are not worthy of love. Maybe this belief stems from childhood neglect, past betrayals, or harsh words that were never truly forgotten. What happens? Time and again, they find themselves sabotaging relationships, pushing people away, or choosing partners who echo their deepest fears. This is the self-fulfilling prophecy of the subconscious mind. Without knowing it, they attract partners who confirm their inner dialogue. You're not lovable. You'll be abandoned. You don't deserve loyalty. The subconscious mind doesn't operate through logic or reason. It simply accepts what it's told, especially when those messages are emotionally charged. It plays back these recordings in moments of silence, stress, or uncertainty. If your inner monologue is filled with doubt, insecurity, and fear, your outer world begins to reflect that. As Murphy states, whatever your conscious mind assumes and believes to be true, your subconscious mind will accept and bring to pass. In love, this means that our internal beliefs shape not just our expectations, but our actual experiences. This is why many people find themselves repeating painful patterns. The same kind of breakup, the same emotional distance, and the same arguments in different relationships. It's not that they are unlucky, it's that the programming hasn't changed. Until the subconscious belief is replaced, the pattern remains. And this change can't come just from reading or wishing. It must come from emotional reconditioning and daily mental practice. One powerful solution Murphy advocates for is the practice of inner child healing. The inner child is not just a metaphor. It represents the emotional memory of our earliest selves, our first experiences with affection, validation, and safety. If the inner child is wounded, it continues to shape our expectations in love. We seek others to fix what was broken, but no one can do that for us. Healing comes when we turn inward, give ourselves the love we lacked, and consciously nurture a new narrative. This can be done through meditation, visualization, and dialogue with the inner child, where you imagine comforting and reassuring your younger self. Another vital tool is the use of affirmations, simple, present tense statements that speak directly to the subconscious. But these are not hollow words. They must be repeated with feeling, focus, and belief. For example, I am worthy of love just as I am. I attract healthy and kind relationships. I am enough. Over time, these affirmations begin to rewire the subconscious, replacing old scripts with empowering truths. This is not instant magic, but consistent transformation. It's like tending to a garden. You must water it daily before the flowers bloom. One of the most profound and simple exercises Joseph Murphy suggests is mirror work. Mirror work involves looking directly into your own eyes in the mirror and speaking words of love, forgiveness, and affirmation. It may feel strange or uncomfortable at first, but that discomfort is a signal of internal resistance and an opportunity for healing. You might say, I love you, I am proud of you, or you deserve happiness. When done daily, mirror work builds self-acceptance and slowly dissolves the negative beliefs that block intimacy. You begin to feel seen, valued, and safe. Not from someone else, but from yourself. This shift is essential because love is not something we chase or demand. It is something we allow, something we become. As you cultivate love within, your energy changes. You stop clinging to people who can't meet your needs. You stop settling for crumbs, hoping they'll become a feast. You begin to attract people who resonate with your healed frequency, those who respect your boundaries, honor your presence, and grow with you. And when you inevitably encounter moments of rejection or loss, as we all do, you'll no longer interpret them as proof of your unworthiness. Instead, you'll see them as part of the journey, a shedding of what no longer aligns with who you are becoming. You'll hold your head high, rooted in the quiet confidence that love is not something to be earned. It is something to be remembered, something you already carry within. Joseph Murphy's message is clear. The quality of your relationships begins with the quality of your self-concept. And that self-concept lives in your subconscious mind. By healing the fears within, by planting new beliefs, by speaking to yourself with compassion, you open the door to a new experience of love, one that flows from within you, not toward you. You become the source. So today, take a moment to reflect. What are you telling your subconscious about love? Are you feeding it with fear or faith? With shame or worthiness? With desperation or peace? Change begins not with another person, but with the thoughts you choose to believe, repeat, and embody. Love is not a mystery. It is a mirror. And your subconscious is always listening. Part 6. Success, Career, and Creativity. Success isn't just a product of talent, timing, or luck. According to Joseph Murphy and the Power of Your Subconscious Mind, it's a reflection of the thoughts you habitually think and the beliefs you hold deepest within. Every act of creation, innovation, confidence, and high performance begins not with external action, but with an internal picture, the one your subconscious mind accepts as true. Murphy's message is simple but profound. Everyone has creative potential, and it's not something granted to a few. It's something unlocked by all who dare to believe. We are all born with imagination and the power to create. But over time, many of us learn to doubt this. We start believing that success belongs to others, that we aren't good enough, smart enough, or lucky enough. These beliefs don't originate from fact. They grow from the seeds planted in our subconscious minds. What you believe, you live. What you constantly affirm, you attract. Whether it's a breakthrough idea, a successful career path, or artistic inspiration, the origin is the same: the subconscious mind. Visualization, Murphy teaches, is one of the most powerful tools to impress success upon the subconscious. Before any great speech, performance, interview, or creation, your mind must first see it, feel it, and believe it. If you see yourself stumbling, failing, or being rejected, that's the script your subconscious will follow. But if you visualize with clarity and confidence, the applause after your talk, the handshake at your new job, the finished work of art, you are telling your inner mind, "This is real. This is possible." The subconscious, not knowing the difference between imagination and reality, will move all forces toward making that image true. Murphy shares stories of inventors, business magnates, and artists who credited their greatest breakthroughs not to intellect alone, but to intuition, dreams, and inner guidance. Thomas Edison famously used a technique of light dosing to receive creative ideas. Nikola Tesla claimed he saw complete inventions in his mind before ever putting them on paper. Modern entrepreneurs, too, use forms of mental rehearsal, vision boards, and positive self-suggestion to shape their outcomes. These are not coincidences. They are the conscious use of subconscious laws. One of Murphy's most practical and powerful suggestions is this: impress your subconscious before sleep. The moments just before you drift off to sleep are the most fertile time to plant ideas. In that relaxed, hypnotic state, your critical conscious mind softens, and your subconscious becomes open and receptive. Instead of falling asleep with worry or doubt, Murphy urges us to gently repeat affirmations of success. I am confident and capable. Ideas come to me easily. My work is meaningful and prosperous. Say them with emotion, not force. Let the feeling sink in like seeds into the soil. And here lies the key: repetition. A single affirmation said once cannot override years of self-doubt. But words repeated with belief, over days and weeks, begin to take root. Just as muscles grow through repeated use, your subconscious rewires through consistent suggestion. Every day you speak success to yourself, visualize achievement, and release fear, you reshape your future from the inside out. This practice doesn't just apply to big dreams or long-term goals. It works in everyday situations too. If you have a presentation tomorrow, close your eyes tonight and mentally rehearse it going smoothly. If you're preparing for a job interview, visualize answering with confidence and leaving a great impression. If you're stuck on a creative project, ask your subconscious a question before bed. How can I solve this? And trust that inspiration will come, sometimes in dreams, or in the quiet moments of the next day. One of Murphy's most famous phrases echoes Napoleon Hill: "What the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." This isn't motivational fluff. It's a reflection of how the subconscious functions. If your mind can form a detailed, emotionally charged image of success, and you hold it with belief and consistency, the subconscious begins orchestrating actions, opportunities, and inner shifts to align with that image. Success starts as an idea, but it becomes reality through belief. It's also important to understand the role of fear and doubt. These too are thoughts, and if fed long enough, they become beliefs. Just as positive suggestions yield growth, negative ones create limitation. If you say, "I'm terrible with money," or "I'll never get promoted," your subconscious does not question you. It simply obeys. That's why Murphy encourages a mindset of conscious self-talk. Become your own greatest encourager. Speak to yourself as you would to someone you love. Words matter, especially when spoken within. Creativity, Murphy argues, is not rare, it's natural. But it must be invited. When you silence the noise of the outer world and connect to the quiet current within, you'll find ideas, insights, and expressions waiting for release. This is why practices like meditation, solitude, and journaling are so effective. Not because they add something new, but because they remove interference. The subconscious mind is your silent partner in success. It works 24/7, whether you acknowledge it or not. The choice is whether you direct it or let it drift. If you plant thoughts of progress, worthiness, and courage, it will build those into your experience. If you feed it fear, procrastination, or shame, it will bring those forth instead. In the end, success is not luck. It is alignment between your thoughts, beliefs, and actions, between the vision you hold and the energy you live. Joseph Murphy gives us the blueprint. Use the mind to feed the subconscious with clear images of who you want to become. Let go of the old stories. Replace them with truths that uplift you. Practice every day. Speak as if it is already yours. Act as if the way is being prepared for you. Because it is. Your subconscious is not your enemy. It is your greatest ally, once trained. Whether you seek to launch a business, write a book, start a movement, or simply live with more purpose and peace, the path begins within. The tools are already in your hands. All that remains is to begin. Speak it, see it, believe it, and your life will begin to reflect it. Part 7. Tools for Subconscious Programming. Reprogramming the subconscious mind is not a mystical act reserved for a chosen few. It's a deliberate, daily practice accessible to everyone. Joseph Murphy's The Power of Your Subconscious Mind offers practical tools that anyone can use to shape their inner landscape, and in doing so, transform their outer world. These tools are simple, yet powerful, designed to retrain your subconscious patterns, replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones, and align your entire being with your deepest desires. Let's explore these methods in detail. One of the most accessible and widely used tools is affirmations. Affirmations are positive, present-tense statements that declare the reality you want to create. Instead of saying, "I will be successful someday," you say, "I am successful." This shift is crucial because the subconscious mind doesn't understand the future tense. It lives in the present moment. The key to affirmations is consistency and emotion. Simply repeating words isn't enough. You must feel the truth of those words as you say them. When and how often? Murphy suggests making affirmations part of your daily routine. Morning, midday, and before bedtime are prime times. Morning affirmations set the tone for your day. Midday affirmations reinforce your focus, and bedtime affirmations help impress your subconscious during the highly receptive state, just before sleep. Complementing affirmations is the practice of visualization. This involves creating vivid inner movies in your mind's eye. Instead of just thinking the words, you see yourself living them out. Imagine the details, the sights, sounds, smells, and emotions that come with your goal fulfilled. If you want to be confident in public speaking, picture yourself on stage, hearing applause, feeling calm and assured. The more sensory and detailed your visualization, the stronger the impression on your subconscious. Visualization works because your subconscious cannot distinguish between real and vividly imagined experiences. This means you can practice success repeatedly in your mind, which prepares your inner self to make it happen in reality. Another potent technique Murphy highlights is sleep programming. The moments before you fall asleep are the gateway to subconscious change. As your body relaxes and your conscious mind quiets, your subconscious becomes highly suggestible. This is the perfect time to repeat affirmations or visualize your desired outcome. You might say softly, "I am healthy, happy, and prosperous," or replay a mental movie of success and peace. The power of sleep programming lies in its effortless nature. No force or struggle is required, just gentle, focused intention. Over time, your subconscious integrates these suggestions deeply, influencing your beliefs and behaviors from the inside out. Alongside these mental techniques, Murphy also emphasizes the spiritual dimension of subconscious reprogramming through prayer and gratitude. Prayer, in this context, is not about asking for things, but about aligning your spirit with a higher power and surrendering doubt and fear. Gratitude, meanwhile, rewires the subconscious by shifting your focus from lack to abundance. When you express genuine thanks for what you have, even before your desires manifest, you create a positive emotional state that attracts more reasons to be grateful. This spiritual approach nourishes the subconscious mind with hope, faith, and calm, creating fertile ground for positive change. A cornerstone of all these methods is repetition, which Murphy calls the mother of change. Repetition is what moves suggestions from fleeting thoughts into deeply rooted beliefs. A single positive thought or statement may brighten your day, but repeated daily, it rewires your subconscious circuits. Whether it's affirmations, visualizations, prayers, or expressions of gratitude, the more consistently you return to these practices, the more your subconscious mind reshapes itself. This is why Murphy encourages persistence, patience, and kindness with yourself during the process. To help viewers put these ideas into practice, a 7-day Mind Rewire Challenge can be a transformative starting point. For 1 week, commit to a simple daily routine. Each morning, repeat 3 affirmations with feeling. Midday, spend 5 minutes visualizing your desired outcome in detail. And before bed, practice sleep programming with gentle affirmations or prayerful gratitude. Keep a journal of your thoughts and experiences to track subtle shifts in your mindset and mood. By the end of 7 days, you will have planted powerful seeds in your subconscious and begun a new habit that can grow throughout your life. By engaging in these daily methods, you are not just wishing for change. You are taking active steps to become the person who naturally lives the life you want. The subconscious mind is always listening, always learning. When you feed it clear, positive, and emotionally charged messages, it reshapes your beliefs, influences your choices, and unlocks your potential. These tools, practiced consistently, become the foundation of transformation, helping you rewrite your story from limitation to freedom, fear to confidence, and confusion to clarity. Remember, the process of subconscious programming is gentle but persistent. It's like tending a garden. You plant seeds, water them daily, remove weeds of doubt, and patiently wait for growth. The power to change your life lies not in external circumstances, but in the daily thoughts and feelings you nurture within. With affirmations, visualization, sleep programming, prayer, gratitude, and repetition, you hold the keys to that inner garden. Use them well, and watch as your life blooms into the reality you've always desired. Part 8. Obstacles and how to overcome them. Fear often stands as the most formidable barrier on the path to subconscious transformation. Yet, fear itself is not an external enemy. It is a deeply ingrained subconscious pattern formed through past experiences, conditioning, and sometimes misinformation. Because it resides in the subconscious, fear can seem automatic and overwhelming, but the very nature of the subconscious means it can be rewired and replaced with empowering beliefs. Understanding this is the first step in overcoming fear. It's not a fixed trait, but a mental habit you can change. When you recognize fear as an old script running in your mind, you gain the power to rewrite it with new, positive affirmations and thoughts. Fear can take many forms: fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown, or even fear of success. These fears originate from stories your subconscious mind has accepted as truth, often based on childhood experiences or negative past events. But the moment you consciously choose to challenge these fears, you activate the process of rewiring your subconscious. Affirmations like, "I am safe," "I am capable," or "I welcome success" are not just feel-good phrases. They are tools to systematically disarm fear's grip on your mind. The key is repetition, repetition, repetition. Because the subconscious mind responds best to persistent, repeated input. Resistance is another challenge you'll face when working to reprogram your subconscious. Old beliefs, fears, and habits don't simply disappear. They fight back. This internal resistance is like a tug-of-war between your established subconscious patterns and the new beliefs you are planting. You might feel moments of doubt, discouragement, or even a desire to quit. This is natural. Joseph Murphy reminds us to be patient and persistent because change takes time. It's essential to avoid what he calls digging up in doubt what you planted in faith. In other words, when you begin to affirm positive thoughts, don't undermine your progress by doubting or reverting to negative thinking. Trust the process and keep nurturing your new beliefs daily. Resistance might also show up as procrastination, distraction, or feeling stuck. When your subconscious resists change, it may generate excuses like, "I'm too tired," "it won't work," or "I don't have time." These excuses are old defense mechanisms trying to protect you from perceived threats. The discomfort of change. Recognizing these moments is crucial. Awareness is the first step to breaking the cycle. When you catch yourself resisting, gently remind yourself why you started. Reconnect with your purpose, your why, and use that as fuel to push through. Consistency is the key weapon against doubt and resistance. Staying consistent helps your new beliefs sink deeper into your subconscious, gradually replacing the old ones. To maintain consistency, practical strategies like habit stacking can be invaluable. Habit stacking means attaching a new practice to an existing habit. For example, if you brush your teeth every morning, immediately after, you might say your affirmations or spend a few minutes visualizing your goals. By linking new practices to established habits, you create a routine that's easier to follow and less likely to be forgotten. This simple but powerful technique builds momentum and reduces the mental friction of starting something new. Another effective tool is mindset journaling. Writing down your thoughts, fears, affirmations, and progress helps clarify your mind and keeps your focus sharp. Journaling allows you to track subtle shifts in your mindset and provides a safe space to express doubts or fears without judgment. When you see how your thinking evolves over time, it strengthens your belief in the process and yourself. The act of writing helps to externalize internal thoughts, making subconscious blocks more visible and easier to tackle. Accountability also plays a vital role in overcoming obstacles. Sharing your goals and progress with a trusted friend, mentor, or a support group can provide encouragement and motivation. When someone else knows what you're working toward, you're less likely to give up because you don't want to disappoint them or yourself. Plus, accountability offers external reinforcement, which complements the internal work on your subconscious. Consider joining or forming a group of like-minded individuals who are also working on personal growth. This community support creates a positive feedback loop, keeping your energy and commitment high. Faith, in this context, is a powerful mindset. Murphy describes faith as expecting the good, not the worst. It's a conscious choice to believe that positive change is possible and unfolding, even if you don't see immediate results. Faith acts as a shield against fear and doubt. It keeps you moving forward, reminding you that the seeds you plant today will eventually bloom, even if it takes time. Cultivating faith requires patience and a gentle but firm trust in the unseen workings of your mind. It also involves self-compassion, accepting that setbacks are part of the process and not a signal to give up. To deepen your faith, consider integrating spiritual practices such as prayer, meditation, or gratitude into your daily routine. These practices rewire your subconscious toward positivity and openness, creating fertile ground for transformation. Prayer or meditation can quiet the mental noise, allowing you to access deeper levels of your subconscious mind. Gratitude shifts your focus away from lack or fear and onto abundance and possibility, reinforcing positive beliefs about yourself and your future. Moreover, remember that setbacks and plateaus are natural in any journey of change. Your subconscious mind operates on a timeline that may not always match your conscious expectations. Sometimes, change happens slowly beneath the surface, like roots growing before a tree blooms. If you find yourself discouraged, revisit your affirmations, journal your experiences, and reconnect with your support system. Celebrate small wins to build momentum. Every step forward counts, no matter how tiny. In summary, obstacles such as fear, doubt, resistance, and inconsistency are natural parts of the subconscious reprogramming journey. They are not signs of failure but opportunities to deepen your commitment and practice patience. By understanding fear as a pattern that can be changed, practicing persistence, employing techniques like habit stacking and journaling, seeking accountability, and cultivating faith, you build a strong foundation to overcome any mental barrier. Your subconscious mind is a powerful ally. Once you clear the hurdles, it works tirelessly to bring your dreams into reality. Keep planting with faith, and soon you will harvest the success and peace you deserve. Part 9. Real-life transformation stories. Real-life transformation stories provide the most powerful proof that the teachings of the power of your subconscious mind are not just theoretical ideas. They work deeply and meaningfully in people's lives. When we see others walk through struggle and come out transformed, it inspires us to believe that change is possible for ourselves too. Joseph Murphy's principles have helped countless individuals rewrite their life stories, shifting their mindset and ultimately their reality. Here are just a few moving examples of how people applied these teachings and experienced profound change. Consider the story of a woman named Grace. For years, Grace carried the heavy weight of a broken heart. She had endured betrayal and loss, leaving her feeling closed off and fearful of love. Her subconscious mind was filled with beliefs like, "I am unlovable," and "love only brings pain." These thoughts had shaped her life into a lonely and guarded existence. One day, Grace decided to take Joseph Murphy's advice seriously. She began practicing daily affirmations focused on self-love and healing, repeating phrases like, "I am worthy of love," and "My heart is open and healing every day." She visualized herself surrounded by warmth and affection, rewiring her subconscious to embrace love rather than fear. Over time, the hardened walls around her heart softened, and she found the courage to open herself up again. Grace's story reminds us that no matter how deeply wounded we are, the subconscious can be healed with patience and faith, opening the door to renewed joy and connection. Then there's the story of David, a man who faced the crushing despair of unemployment and financial instability. After losing his job unexpectedly, David felt hopeless and overwhelmed. His subconscious echoed negative beliefs like, "I will never succeed," and "I am not good enough." But David remembered a principle Murphy emphasized: the power of belief shapes reality. Determined to rewrite his mental script, David began using affirmations daily, replacing his doubts with hopeful declarations such as, "Opportunities flow to me effortlessly," and "I am capable of creating abundance." He visualized himself as a successful entrepreneur, running his own business. His mindset shift led to concrete actions. He invested time learning new skills, networking, and ultimately launching a small business. Today, David is thriving as a business owner, attributing his success to the mental work that reshaped his subconscious. His story shows how even when circumstances seem dire, the mind holds the key to unlocking new possibilities and growth. Another inspiring transformation comes from a couple, Lisa and Michael, who faced a marriage on the brink of collapse. Years of misunderstandings and unspoken resentments had created a gulf between them. They felt disconnected and doubtful that reconciliation was possible. Both were unknowingly operating with subconscious patterns of blame and fear. patterns that sabotage their ability to communicate and love openly. Through Joseph Murphy's teachings, they learned the importance of changing their inner dialogue, not just trying to change the other person. Together, they practiced affirmations of forgiveness and love, such as, "We are healing and growing together," and "Our bond strengthens every day." They visualized their relationship as peaceful, joyful, and supportive. Gradually, their hearts opened, old wounds softened, and trust rebuilt. Their story highlights that transformation in relationships begins within, through the power of the subconscious mind to alter emotional patterns and invite healing. These stories share a common thread. Transformation starts with a single thought, a conscious decision to believe in something new and better. The subconscious mind then becomes an ally, working quietly but powerfully to align the external world with these new inner beliefs. Joseph Murphy's work teaches us that we are not victims of circumstance, but co-creators of our reality, with the power to heal, grow, and prosper. Whatever situation you face today, remember that you are one thought away from a new life. By choosing to plant positive, empowering beliefs in your subconscious, you open the door to infinite possibilities. No matter your past, your pain, or your doubts, you hold within you the same power that transformed Grace, David, Lisa, and Michael. The secret is not in external luck or talent, but in the consistent practice of rewiring your subconscious mind through affirmations, visualization, and faith. These stories are proof that the principles Joseph Murphy shared are timeless tools for personal change, tools that have changed lives for decades and continue to do so today. Let their journeys inspire you to take that first step toward your own transformation. The moment you decide to nurture empowering beliefs, you ignite a process of change that begins inside and eventually reflects in every area of your life. Your future is not written in stone. It is written by your thoughts and beliefs. Choose them wisely, and you will discover the true power of your subconscious mind to create a new, abundant, and joyful life. Finally, as we come to the end of this journey through the power of your subconscious mind, it's important to pause and reflect on all the wisdom you've absorbed. You've discovered the profound difference between the conscious and subconscious minds, how the conscious mind acts as the captain, making decisions and setting intentions, while the subconscious mind is the powerful ship that carries those intentions forward, accepting what it's fed without question. You've learned that beliefs are not just ideas. They are the architects of your reality. What you truly believe deep down shapes every part of your life, from your health and wealth to your relationships and creativity. Most importantly, you've been introduced to the practical tools that Joseph Murphy so beautifully outlines: affirmations, visualization, sleep programming, gratitude, and persistent repetition, all designed to reprogram your subconscious mind and create lasting change. This knowledge isn't just interesting or uplifting. It is a call to action. Inside each of you lies a treasure chest filled with limitless potential, and the key to unlocking it is your thoughts. Your thoughts, repeated consistently and charged with belief, hold the power to heal old wounds, attract abundance, foster loving relationships, and ignite your deepest creative fires. But like any key, it only works when you use it. So here's my final challenge to you. Pick one affirmation, something that resonates with your heart and speaks to what you want to cultivate in your life. It might be as simple as, "I am worthy of love," or "Money flows to me effortlessly," or "I am calm and confident in every situation." Say this affirmation every single day for 21 days straight. Speak it with feeling and conviction. allowing it to seep into your subconscious. Watch closely what starts to change: your mindset, your feelings, your actions, and ultimately, your circumstances. This small, consistent step is the gateway to profound transformation. If this message has touched something deep inside you, I invite you to engage with this community. Like this video if it resonated, comment below to share your affirmation or any insights you've gained, and subscribe so you don't miss the many empowering teachings ahead. Consider sharing this video with someone who might be feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or powerless. Often, the greatest gift we can give is a spark of hope, a tool for change, or a fresh perspective that awakens a person's inner power. You never know whose life you might transform just by passing along this message. Remember, the journey to a better life always begins within. Your subconscious mind is listening. What will you tell it today?